The Big 12 is the conference of chaos. Some revere it as America's conference. It's a conference where no one is below 5.5 wins on their win total, and no one is above 8.5. So that's pretty crazy. It's pretty cool. Which teams will win more or less games than what Vegas sets? There are some surprises, and also Vegas, I think, showcases its intelligence in these win totals because there have been some adjustments made on the fly. For example, Jake Retzlaff is no longer with the BYU program due to allegations of misconduct, of assault. I don't know if YouTube would demonetize me if I stated the nature of said assault, but you can probably get the idea of what that is. I got suspended for that. There's some more details about that I don't want to spend too much time on. The case was, well, some said it was dropped. I don't know if it actually was or wasn't, so I'm going to refrain from commenting about it. But the point being, BYU's win total, hint, hint, is 6.5 right now. And I'm pretty sure it was higher than that before the news dropped. So, I mean, Vegas is just, on the money, which is why they make money. And then I think these win totals overall are on the money, but also paint a picture that Vegas doesn't quite know what to do with many of these teams because there just is so much chaos. So let me pull these up for you and look at the Big 12 win totals here. Kansas State, 8.5 over-under wins. Same with Arizona State, same with Texas Tech. Those are your tier 1 teams per Vegas. Kansas State, Arizona State, Texas Tech, over-under 8.5 wins. Baylor, Iowa State, Utah, and Kansas are all tied for 4th with 7.5 wins. BYU, Colorado, TCU, Cincinnati, they are tied at 8th for 6.5 wins. And then you have Houston, Oklahoma State, Arizona, UCF, and West Virginia. They are tied for 12th at 5.5 wins. So, my goodness. Honestly, actually, they are tied for, let me see, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12. Yeah, tied for 12th. Don't know why I was tweaking out there with where the final few teams were tied in standings. Sometimes I overthink things. I don't think Vegas is overthinking these win totals, though, because to have a floor of 5.5 wins, the win totals you're giving out, obviously the worst possible record that teams will have is not 5-7 in the Big 12, but you're giving 5.5 wins as the lowest possible total, 8.5 is the highest possible. And Arizona State, for example, is juiced to the under. They're picking 8 and 4. I'm pretty sure that Kansas State is juiced to the under as well. And I think Texas Tech might be juiced to the over. A lot of that's talent. Obviously, talent you factor into power ratings, which Vegas already has up and running, their own private ones. You see the public ones that they definitely get input from, like from FPI, for example. Just looking at these is fascinating because of how close everything is. Again, the conference of chaos, and many take that statement, which is factual, to the subjective statement of it's America's conference. I'm going to watch the Big 12. Don't know how much I'll cover it, but I'm covering it in this segment, and I am going to watch it. It's going to be fascinating. Some easier picks. Previously in my win total segment, I've made easiest picks. There's no easy pick here. I think all of these are pretty accurate, and on some of them that I strongly disagree with in terms of I think Utah is going to win double-digit games. I think that Kansas State is probably going to win 9 or 10 games. I think that Arizona State, with all they bring back, there's a chance they'll win double-digit games again. Regardless of all of that, there's so much chaos in the conference, and the talent is so compressed and close together that I can easily see any of these win totals looking like absolute moronic projections at the end of the year. So some easier picks. I give you Utah at over 7.5 wins. Before we resume this segment, please take a few seconds of your time to make sure you have liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and for any team podcasts and playlists linked in the description, and also comment your thoughts down below in the comment section and join my Discord server via the description. All of those things I just asked you to do are completely free, and they sign you up for things related to my channel, or they don't sign you up for anything. no cost to you, and all the benefit to you because we release daily college football content here on College Football with Sam. If you want to support the channel monetarily, sign up for a YouTube membership or check any other links in the description for my merchandise store and Patreon page. Thank you very much, and let's get back to the segment. Why would you say that, Sam? Well, Utah, they bring in Devin Dampier, who is a major upgrade over hobbled Cam Rising and younger brother of NFL bust Zach Wilson, Isaac Wilson. Younger brother of Zach Wilson, Isaac Wilson. Dampier with Beck as his offensive coordinator, Jason Beck. Going to be a huge upgrade for Utah. OC, QB combo continuity. Wayshawn Parker and Nakori Rogers are going to be an excellent running back duo. This offensive line, Jaron Crump, Tanoa Togai, Michael Mokofisi, Caleb Lomu, and Spencer Fano. That could be the best O-line in football. And it does not reside in the SEC. The rest in peace Pac-12, now Pac-2, soon to be Pac-8 or Pac-10. I have no idea, or the SEC or the ACC. It could reside in the Big 12. You also have a defense with players like Logan Fano, Lance Holtzclaw, Dallas Vakalahi, Lander Barton comes back at linebacker. That's a stud. Teo Johnson's a stud at safety. Smith Snowden, Donovan Saunders, Elijah Davis, Rabbit Evans. That rounds up the secondary right there. And Kyle Whittingham is an excellent coach. Looks like he could be a movie star, also an excellent coach. And then you have the DC Morgan Scaley, who I really like. Just the staff roster talent combination and the fact they're no longer developing their offense around Rising. They have a healthy QB in Dampier who can run around, take hits. I just love it. I love the situation, and I think a lot of people are underestimating Utah. Baylor, don't overthink it. 7.5 wins. The schedule is tough, but they have, I think, the second best quarterback in the Big 12 in Sawyer Robertson. He could be the best. I just think Sam Leavitt's a little bit better. Brycen Washington, one of the better running backs in football. They also have a good O-line, highlighted by Colton Price and Omar Igbedian on the interior. You have good wide receivers like Ashton Hankins, Josh Cameron, and I like the addition of Kobe Prentice from Alabama. Defensively, they have some concerns, which is funny because Dave Aranda's a defensive guy, but they do have some players, some of whom they brought in from better schools in the SEC and Big Ten that were backups. I think they're going to win 8 games, and I can easily see them winning 9 or 10 or even more than that. So easy over, or easier over. Arizona's the easy under, and I genuinely mean that. I think Brent Brennan is a disaster there. I think that Jed Fish really built them up and left Brennan with some good pieces, took some good ones too, but left him with good pieces by Big 12 standards, and they almost considered firing him. So he doesn't have buy-in. They lost Dwayne Aquina to Texas, where Aquina was there prior, and they fired Dino Babers. So you don't have staff continuity. The quarterback in Noah Fifita was proven, as I thought entering 2024 and many others did, to be more of a product of Jed Fish than a product of himself. I just don't like it. I think they're going to go under 5.5, and I'm pretty confident in that. Kansas State, Arizona State, and Texas Tech are schools that I think are at least going to win 9 games, maybe 10. Risky because they're already high at 8.5, but I think they're going to go 9-3 or better. I do not think any of them will reach the playoffs. Almost said all but one, but I don't think any of them will. ASU, it will be hard to replicate the success that they had. I feel like KSU is a good program, but I feel like they might have a certain ceiling to them, and I don't trust Texas Tech staff. But I trust aspects of their staff or roster. Roster for Texas Tech and less so Arizona State and Kansas State, but still to a certain degree, staff for ASU and KSU to win at least 9 games or more. Texas Tech, David Bailey and Romello Height at edge. Looking at my All-American team right there, that might be the best defensive end duo in the country. It is. I have it ranked as the best defensive end duo in the country. Yes, it's tied with Clemson. It's tied with Clemson. So yeah, insane talent resides in Lubbock, Texas Tech. Good article was written about Texas Tech by someone well respected in the sports world. I forget his name. His name escapes me, not super familiar with him, but I do follow him on X. Did a wonderful story there, read bits and pieces of it, and I know it resonated with Texas Tech fans, with Red Raiders. It'd be awesome, and I'm rooting for Texas Tech to have a huge year this year. I just don't quite trust the staff to make it a easier pick. ASU, I think Sam Leavitt's a top 10 quarterback. I'm not going to go much further than that, other than if they get their receiver back and they get him back healthy, his name being Jordan Tyson, I just think there's going to be a higher floor to them, especially with Kenny Dillingham being in year 3, getting staff continuity. I think they used the portal well. Kansas State, I just love their offensive line. I like their defense. I think Austin Romaine is the best linebacker in the Big 12. It's good that they bring him back. And I trust Chris Kleiman. I think he's one of the best head coaches in the Big 12. Could be the best in the Big 12, and I have him as a top 15, top 10 coach nationally. Stay away from Iowa State, Kansas, BYU, Colorado, TCU, Cincinnati, Houston, Oklahoma State, and West Virginia. And a confident under I have is UCF. I just don't like Alex Grinch being paired with Scott Frost. That is way too much brain rot for my comfort. I think Frost would do well at UCF, but I just don't get the DC hire whatsoever. If I'm wrong, it will be Arizona State under 8.5 wins. They're juiced to the under, and they won 4, 5, or 6 close games. So there's a chance that they're a top 15 power-rated team, and in the SEC or Big Ten, they'd also go 8-4, but they just find themselves in some close road games against some tougher opponents. They have an underrated schedule, actually, and they just go 8-4 and barely go under. And then for BYU, I love the program Satake has. I like their offensive line. Yes, they lost some guys to the portal, but they have a good kicker in Will Farron. I like Isaiah Glasker and Jack Kelly there at linebacker. Justin Kirkland joining Keanu Tenuvasa and John Tomopiu. Hopefully I didn't butcher that name. That's a deep defensive tackle room. I like Chase Roberts at wide receiver and LJ Martin at running back. I think that due to the timing and the upside that Retzlaff showed, it's a loss, but he was also not one of the best quarterbacks or anywhere close in America. So if they have someone in there that is just competent or average or even below average, I think they can find an easy way over 6.5 wins, especially since their schedule's like easy in my mind, at least. So those are some areas where I could be wrong, for sure. Thank you for watching College Football with Sam. Make sure that you've liked the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell for the channel and team playlists and podcasts in the description, join the free Discord server where we talk college football 24/7, and have commented your thoughts down below. Check out the description for any ways you can support the channel monetarily. Everything else I've asked you to do is completely free, and your support means the world to me. We're trying to become the next big thing on college football YouTube. 6-figure subscribers, maybe 1 million one day. I think we can do that. And also check out any videos or playlists, anything in these columns right here, where there will be videos and playlists. Yeah, you get the point. Have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next one.